Hey team, in this video we're going to be talking about scale factors. Let's refresh our memory really quick though. Remember, an original factor is the number that we're comparing the product to. And a scale factor is the factor that either increases or decreases the size of the original factor. All right, so let's go ahead and get some practice with these problems here. It says, which statement is true about the product of 6/11 times 5? A says the product is equal to 6/11. B says the product is less than 6/11. And C says the product is greater than 6/11. I see in each of these they're comparing the product to 6/11, which means 6/11 is our original factor in each one. So our original factor here is 6/11 because that's what we're comparing our product to. Now, if the product is going to be equal to 6/11, then that means we're multiplying by something or a scale factor equal to 1. Okay? If our product is going to be less than 6/11, then that means we're multiplying by a scale factor less than 1. And if we're multiplying by a product that, if our product is going to get greater than 6/11, then that means we're multiplying by a scale factor that is greater than 1. So let's go ahead and look at our scale factor here. Our scale factor is 5 because it's not the original factor. 5 is greater than 1. Therefore, our product will be greater than 6/11. So our answer here is C. Let's try another one. It says, which statement is true about 7 times 1/4? Let's first read each statement. It says the product is equal to 7, the product is less than 7, or the product is greater than 7. Every time they are comparing the comparing the product to 7, so 7 is our original factor. Not because it's the first number, but it's because it's the number we're comparing to. Even if we wrote this as 1/4 times 7, 7 would still be our original factor, and 1/4 would be our scale factor. Okay? Now, we need to think about what each statement says. A said the product is equal to. That means we would be multiplying by a scale factor equal to 1. B said the product is less than 7. That means our scale factor would have to be less than 1. And C says the product is greater than 7. So that means our scale factor would have to be greater than 1. Well, when we look at our scale factor, 1/4, I know 1/4 is less than 1. So our product is going to be less than 7. This makes sense because we're making less than 1 copy of 7. So our answer here was B. Let's try a trickier problem. Here they're asking us which statement is true about the product of 2/7 times 8. But I want you to notice how each statement doesn't really tell us which one is the original factor. It's talking about comparing the product to both factors. So A said the product is greater than each factor. If it was greater than each factor, then each factor would have to be greater than 1. Let's check. 8 is greater than 1, but 2/7 is not. 2/7 is less than 1. So A is incorrect because we don't have both factors greater than 1. Let's read B. B says that the product is less than each factor. Well, if it's going to be less than our original product, then our scale factors would have to be less than 1. So let's check these. If we're comparing to both, that means both of these would have to be less than 1. I can see 2/7 is less than 1, but 8 is greater than 1. So B is incorrect. Let's go ahead and take a look at C. C says the product will be greater than 2/7. Okay, if I'm comparing to 2/7, that means 2/7 would be the original factor and 8 would be the scale factor. If I want to be greater than 2/7, then my scale factor has to be greater than 1. I can see 8 is greater than 1. So far, that works. Let's read the rest of the statement. But it will be less than 8. If we're comparing to 8 now, that means 2/7 would be the scale factor, and 8 is our original factor. And 2/7 is less than 1. Therefore, our product would be less than 8. So that part is also true. So we just found our correct answer. Our correct answer here is C. This makes sense that the product would be greater than one of the factors, but less than the other, because we have one factor that is greater than 1, but one factor that was less than 1. Let's take a look at one more problem similar to this, because you'll have a question like this on the A-Net. This one says which statement is true about 2 3/7 times 3. All right, A says the product is greater than each factor. Okay, if it's going to be greater than each factor, then I know both scale factors would have to be greater than 1. So let's see. All right, 2 3/7. Yep, that's greater than 1. Let's look at the other one. 3. 3 is also greater than 1. Since both of these factors are greater than 1, then the product would be greater than its opposite factor. So A is our correct statement.